Well, hello everyone again, my lit peeps on my channel, not only on my channel but on the whole for the entire internet land and YouTube space. And that's me, Alex. I'm back again and with my speech out today. And just on my way home, I was pondering around the point that what would I bring for the thing of today to be just ranting about, you know what I'm saying? And that's only the thing that I'm following when I'm just nearing home after completing my issues within intraday issues, I should say, and I kind of completed them in a rather successful way. And I'm kind of was what I would bring for this just narration of today. And I occasionally, not only occasionally, but intentionally, I should say, dropped into the aerophile local pond. If you are not in the picture of what's happening here, I live not far from the nicest pond ever. It's like I don't know, maybe within 1 kilometer from my home, from my house where I live in, and this kind of area that I call cascades of rainbow. It's called like cascades of rainbow or rainbow cascades with a local pond perched right on the bottom side of that area, and that local pond is probably it would be the theme of today's consideration. And what I wanted also to shed a light on the theme actually that I noticed that I kind of the more I immerse myself into the more just rugged and free version of English, American version of English language, the more I realize that I'm kind of like a drug taker here, and the more I dive there, the more I want that film to be spilled out on me and to be fully immersed into the most inestimable version of American spoken English language, you know what I'm saying? And I do these things all my life. I'm forwarding my English, and these days I'm kind of especially kind of feel like a rush inside me that it spilled out, spread out my entire body within every cell in my body, and that makes me feel kind of like I'm on drugs or on alcohol or something. Forget me, all these shits that I announced here. And I'm not a drug taker actually. I'm not an alcoholic at all. I mean, I do take some alcohols once in a while. Let's say, once in 3 or 4 months, and I don't know. It isn't even worth mentioning here, but still, I'm a regular guy, like every one of us might be, and you are. I guess you are, and I'm not a just person that dedicated thoroughly to some maybe religious point or following issues without like having any side thoughts what to do in the wrong way, what would I messed up with in this particular day. I'm not about that at all, and I'm just following my issues, trying to be more honest and more clear and more just natural as I am. Please bear all these shit that might just appear in front of your eyes here. And that's my channel, that's my life actually. And I just initially I announced that I wouldn't do something like relating to everything to anyone. And I'm not here to be pleased by anyone. I'm not $100 bill here to be liked by everyone. You know what I'm saying? I'm not at all. And that's just my purest attempt of speaking in a natural and more rugged and free English as I only can do by myself. I'm the only person here whom I can talk to and speak with, I should say, not only lonely and only person, but I mean I'm kinda like craving everyday purest speaking, and it's not enough for me when I meet someone and can't just I just can't saturate myself with the speech that I hear here and there, and it's not enough for me and even my interpreter practice, let alone just those occasional meetings with the Native Americans. They're not caring about anyone's Englishes around them except the religious thing to be done in the nicest way. They only could do that religious thing, and I'm not about that at all. I'm just only kind of guy who follows his own steps in his life and try to near my happiest future days as fucking intensively as I can. And on my way home, it's just been kind of only introductory thing of today. You see, I'm wearing this nicest and weirdest cap and my nicest hat. It says Samsung Digital or something, but it's not an advertising or just a commercial, not commercial, but it's not an advertising of Samsung or something, just my own nicest cap that I was given, I don't know, maybe 15 years ago, even 20 years ago. I don't remember, I can't recall now. Forget me, please bear with all these forgetting things and all these shit that whirls around my speaking point, not only of today, but in general, on the whole, I should say. And it says Samsung Digital or something. I don't care, I don't give it a toss actually. And what I wanted, guys, and see this nicest shirt of mine, it's kind of like partly bluish, partly green, and it's kind of azure color. If you might see here, I adore this color, and I always wear such things that kind of resembles ocean or sea or deep blues, or just I wanna. If you just don't know, I'm telling you that I'm a diver. I'm an open water diver. I have this license that allows me to dive up to maybe 35 meters and or so, and dive along with the partners, with partners, and do all these scuba diving nicest things. If you are not familiar with that, I'm strongly recommending just right now. Just try that thing of diving in a free ocean or free sea in a deep blue, and you will be just astonished. You'll be amazed with what happening there under the surface of the ocean or under the surface of some sea. Okay, that's been only introduction, and what I'd like to talk about today in this intro video is actually our local pond and the things that whirl around the point of our local pond, you know what I'm saying? And I wanted to tell a story and let it be the narration that concerns only the pond, our local pond. And guys, as for the pond itself, the pond actually has been existing there for how many? Let's reflect. How many? Maybe I don't know. Maybe around 10 years now, and. Initially it's been kind of like some dilapidated or dull area landscape things, you know what I'm saying, and even decrepit area and just derelict and dilapidated, if you might relate to what that means, and just I don't know, maybe nobody cared about that at all. And one day people came there, utility workers, and they decided to just groom that territory and arrange some kind of park there. And what they did was they dug a huge bowl that's supposed to be the bottom and the size of the pond itself, and they dug and they just saturated that nice naturally created bowl with the purest sprinkled water, and they allowed those like underground sprinkles and underground rivers to follow directly into that bowl, and they dug some kind of, I don't know, slightest tiniest channels, and they channeled in that water into that nicest bowl of new created pond. And that's been the thing that I never seen before. And I never saw I've never seen kind of like that, the process of creation of the pond, of any pond I should say, not only about the pond that I mentioned right now, but any other pond that might just be perched wherever, just in America here that I'm living in, and our local neighborhoods, they're the most nicest neighborhoods ever. I don't say I don't respect any other neighborhoods. I'm just saying about my personal, my beloved, and my local neighborhoods. And the pond. Back to the pond. The pond was dug in the ground and the bowl was dug in the ground, and they just filled that bowl with the water. I live not far from the big river, and those underground waters, they came from that river. I suppose, I think so. They came from there, and they filled that bowl with the clear water, and actually the pond was created by that way. And what they do now, what they are doing these days, they're trying to make another recreation area perched right up to the that previously created pond, and they smoothened the ground with the utility machines like these digging machines and ground removing machines with the large scoops and graders and scoops and other like harsh flat bars that are supposed to move huge amounts of ground elsewhere around certain location or within certain location. And they spread that ground, and they created, I mean, these days that I'm living just right now, they created new kind of, not a bowl actually, but some area that perfectly fit to the summer recreation zone, and they're kind of trying to create new recreation zone and to make, I don't know what there. It's not clear yet, because they only smoothen the ground with those like utility ground removing machines, and they spread all the ground like nicely and smoothly in order to be just prepared for further activities, like, let's say, making a second pond, or maybe perching some benches on that ground and arranging some flower zones, like huge like areas where all these flowers grow, and new planted trees grow also within this area. I mean, restricted by the certain region that flanks to the pond that was created previously, not far from that place that I'm talking to you about right now. And this new area, that's let's say, I don't know, a new created area, it directly flanks to the old pond, and they try to connect all those two areas with the channels and inside the ground, below the ground, I should say. And they dug new bowl for new, more deeper pond. I guess it would be pond, more deeper one, and more just smaller one, but more deeper. And they dug that bowl. I've seen myself. They dug that nicest bowl, and they decorated. They just not decorated, but just arranged the size of that bowl with the natural rocky stones, like big ones and middle-sized ones and tiny ones and whatever, just any sizes and any shapes. And they they just created kind of size that consist of those stones and rocky things spread around the bowl, and spread to the size of this nicest new created bowl. And what about to be doing? They probably would let some new water to come into that bowl and to fill it up, and to be just on the same level that new pond would be corresponding the level of the water that exists within previously created pond, and those two ones would be on the same level. Like, I don't know, there is a notion like connected bowls, or just in physics, or connected bowls that mean that if they are connected, like, let's say, I don't know, maybe with invisible channels, they are about to be on the exact same level ever, because they just have influence on each other, and they move the liquid that is like penetrating those underground channels and goes to the this pond or that pond, and they just create the same level of water in those bowls. I guess that's clear. And also I wanna say that I checked my adorable pond, that old one, and I checked ducks on the pond, and there weren't any just nicest ducks, or not only nicest but any ducks, because they're just I don't know, they skedaddled out of there for some reason, for some odd reason, maybe I don't know about. And there were only, I don't know, I'm kidding, there were only like 3 ducks. I saw those from the distance, from about, I don't know, 40 meters. And those nicest critters, they put their perks into their feathers in order to preserve some heat inside their bodies. And that's how they live, how they're gonna overlive this huge fall and this entire winter thing that happens regularly within one season, and they are gonna overlive this winter, and not only this winter, all the oncoming winters they may exist in their lives further on. And they put their beaks into their feathers, and they just were caring about nothing, paying no attention to me, and just living their own lives. I had that was there were happy lives that related to those nicest ducks. And guys, I guess that's been kind of something extremely stupid and something extremely unprepared and rugged as always, and I tried to really try to impress something enlightening on you, but I didn't actually. And I don't know, we'll see how it goes. Maybe I will be letting myself drop those occasional sessions of making so deep ramblings as I've just done, and we'll see how it goes. Anyways, that's my world, and I'll be nearing my fluency days with inevitable steps, and I'll be on it all my life if I don't die. So that's about it, guys and girls, and be just good, and be just follow your own tracks, and everything's gonna be fine with you then. That's it, take care, and be just good and nicest ever, guys and girls, and live peeps, as I call it. And that's it, take care, and see you soon in my nearest videos. Take care, bye.